Good morning students. In this video we will discuss about second chapter of ecology, that is ecosystem. Ecosystem. What is ecosystem? Ecosystem is self-regulated. It is self-regulated, self-sustaining, structural and functional part of biosphere. This biosphere consisting communities of living beings and their physical environment. The area of what is ecosystem? It is self-regulated, self-sustaining, structural and functional part of nature, which consisting communities of living beings and their physical environment. The area of an ecosystem has a uniform environmental conditions. It is called biotope. The area of an ecosystem or any ecosystem has an uniform environmental conditions, and this similar environmental conditions is known as biotope. And the term ecosystem was introduced by A.Z. Cansley. The term ecosystem was introduced by A.Z. Cansley in 1935. So based on various characters, these ecosystems are divided into various types. Firstly, it is divided into terrestrial and aquatic. Terrestrial ecosystems and aquatic ecosystems. Terrestrial ecosystems means they are land ecosystems. And what are the examples for land ecosystems? Forest, tropical forest, deserts, grasslands, etc. The aquatic ecosystems means they are ecosystems in aquatic conditions or water conditions. Water ecosystems are called aquatic ecosystems. For example, pond, lake, sea, ocean, etc. So they are called aquatic ecosystems, and they are also classified into another different types. For example, ecosystems are natural and man-made. Natural ecosystems and man-made ecosystems. Natural ecosystems, they are developed in nature without human support. For example, forest, and one more example, ocean. So they are developed in nature without human support, and they are called natural or spontaneous ecosystems. Man-made ecosystems, they are created and maintained. They are created and maintained by human being. For example, garden. One more example is agriculture. Agriculture is the largest man-made ecosystem. It is the largest man-made ecosystem. These are the different types of ecosystems. And ecosystem, it is an open system. It is an open system because it receives input in the form of solar radiations and matter. It receives input in the form of solar energy and matter, and when it receives solar energy and matter in the form of input, it results in productivity. So productivity means it is the synthesis of organic food, and this formation or synthesis of productivity is called output. This is called output because when the productivity of food material enter into components of ecosystem, so they are gradually enter into another trophic levels. When matter circulates in the ecosystem, energy is lost. That's why a regular supply of energy is required for maintaining any ecosystem. So ecosystem is also known as open system because it openly receives input in the form of solar energy and matter, and it also openly gives output in the form of productivity. So there is no any barriers. That's why in this ecosystem is also called open system. Open system. And ecosystem maintain its homeostasis. Homeostasis of ecosystem, or homeostasis of ecosystem is also called biological equilibrium. Biological equilibrium. It is also called biological equilibrium. Homeostasis of ecosystem or biological equilibrium, it is maintained by various controls. Some of the controls are carrying capacity of nature. So this carrying capacity of nature, it supports very few number of individuals. So beyond carrying capacity, there is no food and space for any living organisms. That's why homeostasis maintained by ecosystem or biological equilibrium is maintained by ecosystem. It is not static. There are changes are there, but these changes are under control. And second one is recycling of wastes. Recycling of waste material. The dead body of plants and animals are automatically recycled by ecosystem. And third one is self-regulation. If the population of any species drastically increase, then ecosystem release its natural predators. That's why the population are under control. And last one is feedback system. In feedback system, one living organism controls another living organism. For example, the relationship between predator and prey. The prey population is controlled by predator population. And feedback system, again, it is two types, positive and negative. Positive feedback system and negative feedback system. Positive feedback system means if the amount of plant matter or the amount of producers increases, then amount of organisms at higher trophic levels automatically increased. If the number of organisms at lower level increases, it increase the number of individuals at higher levels. That is called positive feedback system. If the number of plants increases, then insects are increased. If insects increase, then birds increase. If birds increase, then snakes or other bird eating some falcons are there also increase. And this type of feedback system is known as positive. And negative feedback system. What is negative feedback system? If the amount of organisms at higher level increase, then number of living organisms at lower organisms are gradually decreases. That is called negative feedback system. So anyhow, so with different controls, ecosystem maintains its homeostasis or its biological equilibrium. Now we will discuss about components of ecosystem. Various components of ecosystem. Various components of ecosystem. The components of ecosystem, there are mainly two different types of components. They are biotic and abiotic. So abiotic components are already discussed in first chapter, organisms and population. So in this chapter we will discuss biotic components of ecosystem. So what are biotic components? All the living organisms of an ecosystem is called biotic components. All living organisms of an ecosystem is known as biotic components. And these biotic components are usually three types: producers, consumers, and decomposers. First, producers. They are able to convert inorganic nutrients into organic food material. That means producers are able to make the food material with the help from inorganic nutrients, and this process is known as photosynthesis. photosynthesis. And producers are also called transducers, because they are able to convert into chemical energy, into light energy into chemical energy. Radiant energy means sunlight and other inorganic nutrients. They are converted into organic energy or chemical energy. They are converted into radiant energy into chemical energy, and producers are also called transducers. And these producers also maintain CO2 and O2 balance in the atmosphere. Basically, they obtain carbon dioxide from nature and release oxygen in the atmosphere. So they also maintain CO2 and O2 balance of nature. And some of the examples of producers are all plants, algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and zoosperms. So along with all these, some of the bacteria, some of the protistants, and they are also regarded as, some of the protistants are also regarded as producers. Next, consumers. So consumers usually feed on producers, and these consumers are again divided into two different types: herbivores and carnivores. Herbivores are also called key industry animals, because they convert plant matter into animal matter. And herbivores, they are directly feed on producers. That's why they are also called first order consumers. And some of the examples are cattle, goat, and there. Next, carnivores feed on herbivores, and carnivores are again divided into, depending on type of ecosystem, they are divided to primary carnivores, secondary carnivores, tertiary or top carnivores. Primary carnivores feed on herbivores. That's why they are also called second order consumers. One example is frog. Frog. And secondary carnivores feed on primary carnivores. Example, snake. And top carnivores, they are feed on secondary, primary, or they even sometimes top carnivores also feed on producers. Example, man, lion, tiger. They are called consumers. And next, decomposers. Decomposers are saprophytes. They are saprophytes because they feed on dead decaying matter. And they are also called, decomposers are also called reducers. And some of the organisms are usually bacteria and fungi. So bacteria and fungi are called decomposition process, and they are called decomposers. And decomposers, they are also called natural scavengers because they help in cleaning of nature. And some of the examples are, some of the organisms are parasites and detritivores. And some of the ecologists also consider these two organisms are biotic components of ecosystems. Parasites. So some parasites are parasite means they depends on other living organisms. And detritivores, they feed on detritus. So organic matter is also known as detritus. And the organisms which feed on detritus are called detrivorous. Best example is earthworm. So these are the different biotic components of ecosystem.